Hi y'all, I'm Heidi,
And I'm Dan.
and we just completed, actually a few days ago, the Carolina Shop Hop, which involved the mountains of North Carolina and some of South Carolina. Delilah, would you get me one of those cups? I want to show them what we got, because the cups that they picked out for all of us to win were just awesome. So the first day, let's talk. Just a couple of years ago we went. Obviously we couldn't do any shop hops last year because of COVID. And the first year we didn't know what it was about. We went to see A Stitch in Time. That our friend Lynn Klein runs it in Franklin, North Carolina, which is also the very first shop we went to, okay? And thank you, Delilah. And she told us about the shop hop. So Dan and I, being crazy as we are, yeah. Okay, we completed the whole shop hop in one day.
That was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and this time it took us 3 days. We
3
did it
days,
on
yes.
Friday,
Mm-hmm.
Monday, and then we
and
realized we
Tuesday.
had to go back Tuesday, okay? Now, if you complete all 12 stores, you have to visit each one of them, but I will have Delilah edit in a piece from Lynn that she explained a little bit about the shop hop. So when you finish it, you get a little prize, and this year, we got this cool mug. Delilah, can you show that a little bit better? And when you look at it closely, I don't know if you can see it very well. Okay, you see the mountains of North Carolina, and you see the Palmetto State, okay? And in between is a quilt design. So if you finish that, you got this mug, and it had...
Goodies.
It did. What happened to them?
We ate them.
Yep, they were very good, but it was also very nice. So aside from being fun, I promised that I'd go through with Dan the things we bought. Our very first stop was, of course, with Lynn, and she owns, like I said, A Stitch in Time. Is that coming out backwards on here, Delilah? On the screen? Can you tell? No. Okay, so Lynn, Delilah, if you could edit the picture in, or if not, when Lynn does her explanation of it, she's standing behind a quilt. Every shop did their own version of this quilt. Just happened my favorite one was Lynn's. And the theme this year was rock and roll.
50s.
50s, rock and roll.
Mhm.
It was really cool, okay?
Everybody
So-
was dressed up really cool.
Well, not everybody, but some people were. So, in order to make the quilt, every shop has a package with, I believe, 2 or 3 quilt blocks in it. So these are the quilt blocks. So this, our first one that we bought at Lynn's shop. And Delilah, why don't you move closer? Because that way when I'm done with one thing, you can get it. And both Dan and I got one of these. It's a t-shirt from A Stitch in Time. And every store has something special on sale. In Lynn's case, it was the Aurifil thread, which is probably the best thread you can buy. And I know quilters love them, but I'm not even that big of a quilter, but I love these threads, okay? So that was our first stop. And as you can see by all the bags we have on the table, we stopped at quite a few places. Sassy Stitches is also in Franklin. Now that's the good part, that some
Groups of stores.
groups of stores are in the same town.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, then there was one of them, Palmetto Quilts, was an hour and a half away from the nearest
Everybody.
one. Yes. So here at Sassy Stitches, I got this quilt hearts thing. You can make binding for your quilts with this. I will demonstrate this in another video. And the nice thing about these things are whenever you get, this was their special. Whenever you get something at these places, they also demonstrate how these things are used, how they worked. Very nice. Everybody was just very friendly. So here is the pattern, and I guess, Delilah, would you say that's 2 patterns here? This one and that one? Yeah. And it's Rockin' in the Carolinas was their theme. That's what I did not get. Okay. And then we found, Dan and I had been on Route 66 a couple of times, and when we saw this fabric, we just had to get it. Isn't that gorgeous?
Had to have it.
Had to. Was no ands, ifs, or buts about it. So we got this, and just for fun, we bought these for Megan and Delilah, not knowing that in the cup, once we were finished, we got these. Remember these things? Oh,
They go the other way.
yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
There we go. But it's a ruler.
and out of the plastic, it works a lot better.
It does. Show Delilah that this is a ruler. And so that came from Sassy Stitches. Delilah, can you move that a little closer maybe? Just a little bit. Oh, there you go. That's good. Yeah.
Perfect. Yes.
Okay. Delilah wants to be behind the cameras today. She hasn't felt good the last couple of days. So she just wanted to be the director today. So we're going from Franklin. I also took a picture of the map. So if Delilah can put the picture in there, you can tell where we went from Franklin, North Carolina, all the way to Palmetto. I mean to, what was it? Greenwood, South Carolina. Those two were the furthest apart. This lady had a cute little shop in an old house. So I have to tell you guys a little story. I'll make it quick. Delilah gave me instructions to be quick about it. Doing the move, you know, my sewing stuff has to be just so, and my craft items just so, everything just has to be very organized. And I had this tub, it's about this big, by that big, and it had all of my sewing machine and serging needles in there. Everything was organized, the sizes, the type of needle, chrome, regular, whatever, okay? We have turned this house upside down. We cannot find it
Can't
anywhere.
find it.
And this has hundreds of needles in it, hundreds of dollars of needles in it. So while we were gone, then we decided while we were going around, we would
Replenish.
needles. So in at Palmetto, I just bought a couple of needles, and we bought the quilt block, which you can't tell because they've got it on. Let me see if you can see the whole thing in there. Here you go, Dan.
Got it.
Okay.
There it is.
I know you can't see too well on here, but these basically are the different blocks for the main shop hop quilt. And yes, we bought needles. I was hoping,
$100 worth.
yes, I was hoping that once we came back, we found it, but guess what? Oh, look at there, more needles. And here is a little ruler, and the lady was so sweet. She goes, "Don't you need a ruler like this? It has our name on it." So we got the little 6-inch ruler, which had her name on it. Okay, now give this back and then the line. Now we're going to the other end of Carolina again, North Carolina, where we had the Five Little Monkeys quilt shop. Adorable people, adorable shop. We just loved it. So we bought this quilt block, which I guess is one of them. Okay,
I was
and
supposed to run that last night.
this is the finishing bag for the quilt. In other words, the backing, the binding, and everything else. And I don't know if I saw this at another shop, so I'm glad we got
Yeah,
this.
we didn't see it at another shop.
No. And, oh, we also, as many of you know, do junk journaling, and Dan needed some more cutters.
For the scan and cut, the 125, so that, I bought some, what do you call it?
Cutters,
Yeah,
yes. And here, this was, you can show them the back part. I don't even really know, oh, there you go. It's magnetically held together.
uh-huh.
It is a,
Old blade holder,
well, how do you take it apart?
this little screw right there.
Oh, and then you set it in here, in there, and then it cuts your thread here. I have to figure out where the blades are.
The rotary blades that are in your rotary cutters,
Oh.
you can use those in that, and it gives you 4 or 5 different places to cut the thread, okay?
Yeah.
And it works really nice.
It is. So it's a nice thing if you travel or something, and I like that it's held together with magnets. So that goes here. Dan is my
I need-
putter.
I need the,
Oh, yeah, the fact. We really have to say that everybody was just so sweet, so welcoming, so wonderful. Each station, they had either cookies, water. We certainly weren't going hungry or thirsty with this shop hop.
no, we were not.
Okay, here is Quilting So Easy, and it's in Gaffney, South Carolina, which is right on the border of North Carolina. And what are here? Oh, we have needles, more needles. They had a few things that were free, and so I got this pattern for a cover for a laptop, and it's kind of hard to see sometimes, isn't it? Okay, and here is the Raggedy Ann and Mousy, I believe it's called. And here's the Quilting So Easy's Carolina Shop Hop, but doesn't have the picture.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to do a whole separate video once we start putting the quilt together, and then we can see from which shop it came from. Okay, here was these are 12 weight threads, which are again great for quilting but also embroidery. And here is this quilt that looks like it's going to be a bear, and that came from National Cotton Company. Now, this next one is another one of our favorite stops, okay? It's in the basement of a house, and at first you would be fooled that it would be this small, tiny little quilt shop. It's not. And their supply of notions was phenomenal. And it's called Schoolhouse Quilts, and it's in Forest City, North Carolina. So there's the Carolina Shop Rock quilt. And here are 2 ironing gauges that you can put your hands on. If you've ever worked with the metal gauges and you iron, you realize how hot they get. These were their special for that day. These are little cleaners for the sewing machine. At first I thought they were little handles, but they have a little tip on the top. It's kind of like a little Q-tip.
To
which
get
would be
into
very
the
handy.
hard to reach places.
Yes. And then they were giving out some free magazines, so, you know, me and Christmas, and we got that. So, next is Elaine's Attic in Landrum, South Carolina. And guess what we got there? Look, Delilah.
The other way.
I will never get this right. Okay? Now you're gonna wonder, what in the heck's she gonna do with all these? Well,
Give me the thread out of the one of the bags.
yes, please. The thing is, you can put it around anything. And for the threads, no, don't open them up right now. I just, okay? Want to hold something together. But for us, it's for our embroidery machines. We have, what are you doing, Delilah? We, you know, they come in rolls. So, you know, we're always either pinning them, taping them, or whatever. So I'll try those. Some rolls are bigger, but that's fine.
Where's the other end?
There's
There
the
it
other
is.
end.
Thank you.
And here is their quilt, although it's not a picture. And then what do we have here? I don't even know what, it says Color Me Purple. Oh, they're going to have in, I guess, South Carolina, a quilting competition. Beginners to experience must be 50% purple, lilac to eggplant, including the realm of violet. Judged are by viewer's choice. It's Quilters Rock, Landrum, South Carolina, Saturday, May 7th, 2022. So you got a year to do it almost. First prize gift basket awarded by Elaine's Attic. Quilt sizes and entry fees, 40 by 55, $10 for the entry fee. Twin or queen, 25. And submit to Quilts to Elaine's Attic by April 26, 2022. I'm only gonna be focusing on the Shop Rock quilt and I'm not participating, but I thought you might want to have this information. Now we come to Sew and Quilt. Okay. Okay. This is in Simpsonville, South Carolina. So like I said, it was quite a trek getting to everything. Okay, now look at these. Are just not.
She fell in love with those as soon as she seen them.
Like I need another pair of scissors, right? But are they not just freaking adorable? And again, more needles. But I'll also read, new term? Also, buying mainly chrome needles, but here there's some anti-glue needles. And for those of you who work with crafts and what do you call it, iron-on adhesives or anything like that, these are supposed to be good for that, okay? So, more needles. And here is the quilt block from them.
So you do find pretty neat stuff when you go to each one of these stores.
Well,
yeah,
the problem is you find a lot of cool stuff.
And we just don't have enough money to buy it all.
No, but we did a little more than we wanted to, okay? So here is their quilt block. This is Viking Sew and Quilt, and it's in Malden, South Carolina. So here is the quilt block for them. And this here is a refill, and I'll have to show you later, for the fabric glue sticks. And this, it's really cool. It has a cap. It's like a glue stick, but it's a tiny little stick, okay? So when you just want to do something small on there. And so this would be great even for junk journaling or quilting, regular sewing, if you just want to hold it together. And I believe it does wash out. I didn't put my glasses on for this. And guess what? Another pack of needles. We have not gotten a total amount of the needles we bought. Now here is Bernina Weir and Stitches. They are in Greenville, South Carolina. Another super nice store. I have these scissors in a large. They're good. This one should be doing good for the small ones. There we go. That's the quilt block. I know you can't tell them all. I guess I'll have, if you want to see them all, I will get the whole thing together. Now, last but not least was the Beginning Quilt Shop in Hendersonville, North Carolina. And was that our last one?
No, Bernina was the last one
Oh.
we went to. Yeah,
It
Bernina.
was?
Yeah, this
Okay.
was second to the last.
Bernina is where we met Apollo.
No,
The last one is where we met Apollo, wasn't it?
no.
No? Okay, never mind. 12 stores, 12, okay, stores. And it got kind of confusing, but still have to go back. This one, Beginnings in Hendersonville. Oh yeah, that one, there's a picture of me standing in front of quilts hanging outside their store.
Yes.
Okay, and if Delilah figures out how to put the pictures in, okay, they did this very neat display outside with their quilts. So here, it's a tucker trimmer. I need to look this up on YouTube, but that was their special. We didn't buy the specials at every place because some of it I already had. This is the quilt block.
Oh,
Yeah, we still got some stuff in here.
yeah.
More needles. Now, I'll show you these. Okay, if you're familiar with Tim Holtz, whether it is with scrapbooking, with junk journaling, you're familiar with Tim Holtz. He has these neat fabrics that just have old receipts on there and whatever. And this here is a whole, there you go, Delilah, you can hold over it, Dad. Okay, isn't that awesome? And then they had these hanging up in the store, and I just couldn't resist these. Okay, you make little banners with them, okay? They get sewn in half, and you hang them up, like on this banner here. And while I was there, the lady and I were talking, we were going, what other uses could we have for these? And we thought, well, you know, sew them together for a picnic and put your silverware and your napkin in, and you can set them up with that. So now I'm thinking I should have gotten 4 of these things.
Or 5.
Or 10. But who's counting, right? I don't have enough fabric. Well, never mind. So anyway, well, tell you what, we're gonna cut this video off, and we're going to make the next video because we visited some thrift shops and a very neat art store along the way. And so this one doesn't get too long because I want to insert Lynn's introduction in here, okay? So we'll see you with the next one tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye.
See y'all later.
Okay, we're here at A Stitch in Time with Lynn, and she's the owner for several years now of the A Stitch in Time quilt shop. So you want to tell us a little bit about what the shop hop is all about. And before she gets on it, look at this awesome setup she has for her quilt. Just right up my style. I mean, for her shop, right up my alley with this. Okay, go ahead, Lynn.
Hi guys, my name is Lynn and I own A Stitch in Time in Franklin, North Carolina. And if you've not done a shop hop before, shop hop is an opportunity for you and your friends to get together and visit different quilt shops. And so our shop hop was formed almost 2 decades ago. We are 12 shops within this little group between here and a little bit south of Greenville, South Carolina. And get together with your friends, go visit all the shops. You can register for lots and lots of prizes. We also each have a quilt block that we have each designed, and then we take these quilt blocks and we each make our own quilt. And this is my quilt here that I've made for this year. So lots of prizes, lots of fun.
I love that quilt, Lynn.
You love that quilt?
Oh boy,
Yep.
yes, that's awesome.
Our theme this year is Rockin' the Carolinas, which is a 50s theme. So you're going to hear 50s music and 50s, you know, memorabilia and outfits and things like that. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I didn't know what the theme was. I'm the world's biggest Elvis fan, so that's how come. Where's your
World's-
husband? Is he still here?
He's right there.
Okay. No, your husband.
Oh, my husband. Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
where he went.
Okay, never mind. Maybe
Yeah.
we can get a picture of him with the wig.
Yes.
It stopped me in my tracks for a little
Yeah,
bit.
he's Elvis today.
Yes. And what are some of the prizes you can win?
So if you visit, every single shop is going to have a daily prize that they give away. So when you come in and register and get your passport stamped, you can register for the daily prize in each shop. And then also at the end, when you turn in your passports,
This is Lynn's husband. Takes you a second, right? Go ahead. Oh, do you have a copy of the passport that we can show?
yes, when you turn in your passports, and we'll grab a copy of it in just a minute, you're entered to win prizes based on how many shops you have visited, and this is the passport. Okay, and all those shops down here are listed, and then each shop will stamp up here when you have visited them. And if you visit 5 or more, you're entered to win gift baskets worth $300 or more. If you visit 10 or more, you're registered to win prizes worth $600 or more. And if you visit all 12 shops, then you're eligible to win a $100 gift certificate to each shop.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's
That's pretty
amazing.
nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, we did it for the first time 2 years ago. We just came to see you, and Dan and I did it all in one day. I don't
That's
recommend
crazy.
that. I know it was.
That's
But-
crazy.
But it was Dan who said, "Oh, let's go do this again. Where can we do it again?" So we were
Yeah.
very excited because we couldn't do it last year. So we're very excited
Last year
for
was
this.
COVID, it was canceled.
Yes.
Most people try to do it in 2 or 3 days, and they'll do like North Carolina one day, South Carolina the next day, something like that. They'll spend the night with their friends somewhere.
Yep.
So,
Well, we're centrally located, kind of with Clyde, you know, so we decided to come over here first. And of course,
Okay.
Lynn is always our first one. And tomorrow we're going to do South Carolina.
okay.
I won't do all these interviews at every shop. I just wanted you guys to meet Lynn and come see her fabulous shop here. Okay, now if we're doing this, do I get that quilt? I love that.
Isn't it pretty?
Yes, it is. Do you have a pattern for it? Or it's just.
So we have a pattern, but the pattern's only the layout. To actually get the blocks, you have to go to each shop to get their block kits, or you can call them and they'll mail them to you.
Okay.
And then if you want to lay yours out like mine,
Uh-huh.
right? So grab that.
Go ahead.
These are our blocks that are in this quilt, and the other shops have blocks in here as well.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to finish your quilt like ours after you get all the blocks from each shop, right? Then you can buy a finishing kit, and the finishing kit's going to have your extra fabrics here for your black and white checker blocks, and it's also going to have all the fabrics, actually all the applique already pre-fused and pre-cut. So you're at like your little ice cream soda and your dancing couple, and look down here, you have a drive-in.
Oh.
Okay, there's actually 9 different applique blocks in here that are in your finishing kit.
That is just wonderful.
Isn't that cute?
And I have a big wall to put it on. So, Lynn, why don't you go disappear for a little bit? And, I'm kidding. Okay,
We love
everybody.
you, Heidi.
We love you too, Lynn. Bye.
Bye.